Hej, 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 cześć i czołem, witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie z tej strony Felicjan i kolejny odcinek z serii Enderala na moim kanale. Ruszamy dalej. W takim razie ruszamy dalej. O! Chodź tu, mam coś. Znalazłem jakieś przejście, które otworzyło się tuż po tym, jak otworzyłem tym bolcem. Idziesz? Chodź. Czekaj, cichutko, cichutko. No! No przecież to już powinno pordzewieć całe, jak tam pływa. O Boże! O! Grzybek. A, bo to tam wjeżdża sobie. Dobra, nie widzi mnie, bo jest na pół ciemno. Dla mnie to na plus. Tam gdzie sparwali gdzieś ciebie ktoś, wiesz? Chyba. No Jespar! Nie załamuj mnie. Dobra. Mamy załatwionych wszystkich, chyba. Tutaj, tu już coś spadło w ogóle. To dobra, idziemy dalej, tak jak tutaj mapa nam każe. Słyszę jeszcze jakieś sprzęty, które tu nie powinny być. Znaczy w sensie, które jeszcze działają, a nie powinny. Co tam się dzieje się? Okej, to jakby... Coś Jespar szybko pada. Albo miał mało życia skubany. No i teraz już nic mi tutaj nie biega i nie jeździ. Coś słyszałem, że coś kurde było nie tak tam. Czekajcie, chyba jednak to będzie ta droga. Dobra, mamy starlingi. Dobra, to będzie jednak ta droga chyba. Tam chyba trzeba w ogóle przejść. Tamtąd przyszliśmy. A nie, my stąd przyszliśmy, tutaj. My przyszliśmy tak, o. Tędy. Czekajcie, czy coś tu jest w ogóle wartego uwagi? Cytadela. Weźmy sobie tak, sprawdzimy na szybko. Bo nie wiem, czy jest tu sens dalej łazić. O, tutaj coś jest. A, to nie bilet, co? Strażnik, centurion. W ogóle dziwię, że to nie rdzewieje w tej wodzie, nie? O, z tego już coś wypadło. Luboil. Ale to co, to wszystko tutaj, tak? Czy jakieś przejście tutaj dalej, gdzieś z jednej albo z drugiej strony? Jest tu coś? O, właśnie. No, Surrey Below. Czemu nie mogę tego jakby otworzyć? Nie rozumiem. To Surrey Below jakby... Tutaj. Star City. No jesteśmy na zewnątrz. Co, skaczemy?
Oh shit. That doesn't look good.
Shit.
Well said. I suppose this flying steelbird got them.
We should go down and search for
Very
survivors.
heroic, but that would be suicide. At least as long as that alarm is still active. In other words, we need to find a way to switch it off.
No ale jak?
Question of the century. But my first guess would be somewhere within the tower itself. The Shuriai. Kamai said it meant something like workshop. That sounds like the best place to go right now. Come on, let's go back inside.
No tam chciałem już iść, no. To jest tam. I teraz się to otworzy. Nie można było od razu. Ale korytko. Się pewnie lało ten stal. Rozżarzona. No. Dobra, nice. O, pan Centurion. Holy fuck. Ten niech sobie jedzie. Za Centuriona jest mniej punktów niż za niektóre stwory, które tłukłem wcześniej. No nieźle. Centurion też nie należy do najsłabszych stworzeń do pokonania. O, tu jeszcze jest kulka. Dolwerek. Tu się lepiej nie bierz, zabicie z nim. A jednak. Dałeś radę. Brawo ty. Co tu mamy? Ambrozję. Chyba dosyć wysocy byli ci tutaj mieszkający ludzie. Dobra, to idziemy tu na górę. Nie, to dosyć wysokie były te siedziska, więc... Above, obok.
Steal the essence of a high one.
No. No ja pierdzielę. Co ja mam za zeza, nie? A jeszcze jeden gdzieś jest? Myślałem, że gdzieś jeszcze jeden. Czekaj. Tutaj jest. A tu jeszcze są. Te małe gówna. Ale one cię kładą, gościu. Dobra, one tak mało nie biją w sumie. Kurwa, jeszcze jeden. Dobra, weźmy sobie jakieś jedzonko. Ice Cloth. Miksturki to pewnie, że wezmę. Co tam się dzieją? W sumie tak tam zaraz dojdziemy, więc w sumie to nawet nie muszę się zbytnio rozglądać. No tam musimy wejść, żeby ten alarm wyłączyć.
That looks promising.
Da się przebić jeszcze pewnie przez falę wrogów. O, właśnie o tym mówię. Tylko się już cofam. No. O Jezus. Dobra, zabij jeszcze tego. Druga fala. Druga fala. Tylko tam już te małe gówna chyba w większości będą latać. Okej. O, Centurion idzie. Kolosus, przepraszam, nie Centurion, Kolosus. No. Leży wszystko. Nie widzisz, co byś ty beze mnie, kurde, zrobił, Delwerek. Może być takie wysokie ściany, wtedy dopiero się... Tum, 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 tum. Charge.
Shit, that's a lot of them.
Patrz na to, patrz teraz. Ej. Czemu ona się nie pali? Aha. Ale Lipton. 2 centurionów? Wow. Może być przyps. Ale nie będzie. Elegancko. No i ostatni. Gdzie jest ostatni pajączek? I załatwieni. Jeszcze ktoś? Tak tu już trochę wytłukłem. Także chyba ochroniarze się kończą. Przeglądajmy sobie, co tu jest. Ale nie ma chyba nic.
Good. Now let's see what we can do to deactivate this alarm. So, did it work?
I don't think so. The damn thing won't even
Damn it,
budge.
but- Run!
Co jest? Kuźwa. Tu się ładnie broni. Co tu się broni w ogóle? No. Cześć Kalia. Ale to napierdziela. Dobra, jestem tu. Kalia.
Quite a wise hermit. That was close.
Idziecie?
Yes, it was. I would be if I had been on board the ship when that flying thing attacked us. Luckily, I wasn't. Legion didn't make it. It all just happened too fast.
Chodźcie.
Shit.
Uciekamy stąd. Bo podejrzewam, że to... No nie mamy teraz tego wyłączyć, po prostu spieprzeć stąd.
So the Starling and the Magistrate didn't make it either?
No niestety.
Kirash, how many more must die? Magistrate Jaela, she didn't deserve that. I'm ashamed to ask, but what about the Numenos? Did you find anything out about it?
According to Jella, yes, she said we need to find the old capital of Pyrian Empire.
A map. This is what I call a coincidence. I think I know where we can find one. And up there could also be our passage back.
Up where?
Follow me, I'll show you.
How did you make it here anyway? And what is this? A tunnel system?
I think so, yes. They must have been shortcuts for the ones tasked with keeping this place running to quickly get from one point to the other. Just what we need right now. And concerning your first question, I suppose I simply got lucky. There was another entrance to the tower we overlooked.
To lećmy. Szukajmy tej mapy. Po co te odważniki? Nie wiadomo. No zagadała się dziewczyna. Liczyło się to wszystko już teraz. Dawaj, lećmy, lećmy. Lecimy. Gdzieś tutaj coś, ten, tak? Tegoś, tam, ten, o, tam. No czemu ona się tak buguje?
I don't like this.
Aha, okej. A, uciekamy przed smoczkiem stalowym. A da się go załatwić, czy coś? Chodźcie, idziemy, spierdalamy stąd, bo to nie ma sensu. Walka z tym smoczkiem.
That won't hold up for long. Care to fill us in on your plan now, girl?
First, we need to find our map. And then, well, then we each take a seat in one of these capsules and let ourselves drop.
We let ourselves drop.
They're escape pods. I had similar ones in the airship, and I just hope they work as intended. Unless you have a better plan, of course.
I'm afraid not.
Good. Then get going. Let's find that map.
Szukamy mapy. Find a Pyrian map. 220 sekund left. Gdzie mam kurwa tą mapę niby znaleźć, co? A nie, bo to jest tylko na kapsułę, okej. Gdzieś tutaj na dole będzie, co? Ej, bo ja to mam zaznaczone w ogóle? No mam, to jeszcze w sensie jakby... O, dobra, tu może być. Empty parchment. To nie, oczywiście. Old map. Mam.
Is that it? Great. Now to the pods, quickly.
Poczekaj. Mamy jeszcze trochę czasu. A jest tutaj co zbierać. A, bo dobra, kitramy się. Do pierwszej, lepszej kapsuły. Tam jest. Każda jest jednomiejscowa. Spieprzamy. Smoczunio już się dorywa. Find the Jaspar. Open Starling Capsule. Gdzie jestem w ogóle? To jest starożytnych ruin jakiś. A tam gdzieś Kalia musi być
By
jeszcze.
the wise hermit. You're well. Either these ancient starfolk had butts made of shadow steel, or they should seriously rework the landing parts of these things. Come on, let's go look for the girl. She can't be far from here.
No na pewno nie ma jej tam, z tego co widzę, że jest otwarte, więc gdzieś już polazła.
Look, over there.
A nie, no jest, dobra. Trochę w gorszym stanie niż my.
She lives. Looks like a minor laceration to me and maybe a broken rib. I guess the force of the impact threw her against this rock. Still, we should get her to a healer.
To co, wracamy do miasta?
Do you have the map? I think teleport magic should work again down here.
Yeah, I do.
Good. Then at least all this wasn't for nothing. Let's go.
So the High Ones devour our consciousnesses. Now that's what I call ironic. Maybe Koarik and his free people do become part of these higher beings they so adore after all. We should tell them. Maybe they'll be so delighted that they will abandon the siege and sail right back to Nera.
Spare us your jests. Archmagister, how long will you need to decipher the map? Archmagister?
I don't know. A couple of days, at least. I should start right away. Excuse me.
What's the matter with him?
Jaela was his mentor during his novitiate. But he will get over it. He has to. You did well, Prophet. Despite the complications, the mission was a complete success.
A complete success? What in blazes has happened to you, Tila?
Nothing. And now is not the time for quarreling.
Jaela is dead, Tila. Just like Jorek. Jorek for the name of the gods. And none of this would have happened if we had just given Quarik this idiotic machine. Please, Tila, if my opinion means anything to you, let go of this madness.
I don't care about your opinion. Yorick was a traitor, and Jaela gave her life for something greater than herself. But the latter in particular seems to be something you cannot relate to. Now, silence. I've had enough of your attempts to hinder our mission. Back to the topic at hand. Sharon, what do you make of Jaela's plan to use the word of the dead to enter a High One's mind? I always thought it only enabled its user to relive the last memories of the deceased.
Well, if the High Ones are made of a collective subconsciousness, they are different in that regard. They consist only of memories, and a lot of them. That is, of course, if the Magistra's theory about them is true.
I'm no sage, but having seen the Starling's murals, I'd say it is. Mankind ascends to become a High One. This is what the cleansing really is.
Then it might work.
Huh?
Used on a High One, the word of the dead could allow us to enter its spirit.
We will take the risk. The walls still hold against Korik's armies, but we need to hurry. As soon as the Arcanists have figured out the map, we will set out to find this city of 1,000 floods. If you have any unfinished business to attend to, you should do it now. Many things will be decided by what's to come. I feel it. And the apothecary said that Sister Sakarish will live. She's in the Curarium, in case you want to pay a visit.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Huh?
Zajcie.
Yes, that makes sense.
Mogę ze wszystkimi tutaj pogadać, jak gdyby? W sensie opcjonalnie. Tak to jest napisane. Czekaj, czekaj, czekaj.
Yes. You know, I know Natara better than you might believe, and I know the reason for her untouchable demeanor. Fear. She's afraid of losing something important to her, something that she helped to create, and that is the Order. You probably do not know this, but unlike most keepers, Natara was not born of the sublime path. Even more than us, she had to fight for her place here. And through immense willpower and discipline, she made it. Not only to become an ordinary keeper, but into the highest league. Correct. It is all she has ever lived for, and she's afraid that change will destroy it. Your admission into our ranks, our truce with Narazul's mages. She believes that my imprisonment made me into a fool whose only intent is to get his will. She does not realize that all that has happened burdens me as much as it burdens her. And that I would give a lot for her support, rather than this ridiculous bickering. Everybody needs someone to back them up from time to time. You know, as humans, we are not so different from animals as some try to make us believe. We are like wolves, and every pack needs a leader. Someone in front who is not afraid to make the hard calls. And this is who I am. I did not ask for it, but I will not fail. If my resolve weakens, the others will lose their courage, and I cannot let that happen. But that does not mean that I regret any of the decisions I have made. None of them.
You seem know about Trushell. How close exactly have you two been?
That's none of your concern, but I presume you have your assumptions.
Dobra, no to tu już mamy pogadane. Mamy tutaj pogadane. Idziemy do aquarium. A poczekajcie, najpierw pójdziemy sobie do tego drugiego. Pogadać. Tak naprawdę, bo tu jest też napisane w opisie gdzieś tam tej misji, że no muszę po prostu uważać, co nie?
Saira, what are you
Bo zaraz
doing
już nie
here?
będzie miejsca na powrót.
I see. I don't think this is the end, though. I will be back on my feet again in a couple of hours and will help defend the temple. Nothing is worse than lying around like this. Just find the Numinos for us, Saira. That is all that matters.
Okej. Zawsze 250 punktów doświadczenia. Przydatne. Nie pogardzę. Niech mi każdy szepnie dobre słówko i możemy ruszać w trasę. By znaleźć to, po co wyruszamy. By zmienić bieg historii. I takie tam pierdoły. W którym miejscu on to robi? Chyba w Foreń, co? Ale Cman też był chyba w barakach generalnie, ale mogę się mylić. No, nie tutaj. Marketplace jest. Okej.
My sir.
Marketplace. Cały czas jest ciemno. Zauważycie, jak w mieście jestem, co nie? W którym to kurwa miejscu jest? Baraks. No dobrze mówię baraks. Ale tak dziwnie to tak dziwnie to na mapie zaznaczone, że się pogubiłem.
And so the circle closes, as it does for these three virtuous. Walk blessed, my child. For one, it also tells us the virtue of the path.
O!
Yes, there's the path. And then, within one's path, a person. There are exceptions. Yes. Now don't tell me you've never heard of that before. Yes, but it would take far too long to recite that in.
Zawsze do 25. Dobra, będziesz nawijał dalej?
I just don't see the fucking point.
A Kogo tutaj pożeśmy po tego? Siema.
I think I know you. You helped the Grandmaster crush those Neremy's.
Czekaj, to będzie? Wait till the Starling map has been decoded.
Of the Harbor Gate, didn't you? I can't believe that actually happened.
Dobra, to jeszcze raz, bo tu coś zgrzewałem. Ale przy okazji zdobyłem wiedzę. W ogóle, jakbym chciał kiedyś bijać ten, to ja sobie zrobię w ogóle zapis.
Keeper, you...
Malefice is dead. Our lord is dead. And if even he could not last through the ages, how is he supposed to lead us along the eternal paths? A dead god?
Take her away.
Yes, just go on. Close your eyes and pretend that none of this is happening. It's what you've always been good at.
Greetings.
The cleansing is our punishment, don't
Greetings.
you see? The punishment because we failed the Lightborn. That we let someone kill them. And the High Ones will take us all. Do you hear me? They will take us all.
Keep going.
But...
Keep going.
Magistra Jailer,
Okej.
keeper of the third sigil and master of the archives.
To nam zostaje teraz tylko...
Keeper of the fourth sigil and Legion Lightman Novice. May the
Zostaje
Lord
nam w
grace
takim razie tylko jedna rzecz. Zostaje nam tylko jedna rzecz. Pójść z Patmanko. Pójść z Panko. I tyle. Bo tu jeszcze będziemy mieli w takim razie jedno zadanko chyba tak.
It's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Do zrobienia tak czy siak. Właśnie z jednym z naszych, z jedną z naszych bohaterów. Kompanów, o. Jednym z naszych kompanów. Dobra, poczekajmy kilka dni. Bo to, co trzeba, to zrobiłem już, nie? Jakieś tam znajdźki? Kiwnie. Okej, jest. Jaspar. Oczywiście zrobię dwóch. Jaspar jest w Noble Squatter.
Be careful, my sir. The streets
My
are...
sir. My sir. Co on tam nawywija teraz? Mi powiedzcie. To nie w teatrze raczej. Ale to jest chyba jakiś pubik, tak? Barak. Squatter. No i teraz będę tak błądził i błądził, aż będę ich znajdował. Takie przyciąganie trochę. Jakby sami nie mogli do mnie przyleść. I rozkminić kilka rzeczy. Ale on pewnie w sanktuarium będzie siedział. Bo ta droga tak wskazuje na to, nie? No, no to wskazuje droga, że to wszystko będzie w sanktuarium się działo. No ale dobra, możemy iść. Czemu by nie? A ty tu se stoisz, cwaniaczku. No i co tam? Masz ze mną do pogadania?
It's good to see you. So, shall we do this? The Grandmaster said Skyrim was able to decipher the old maps.
The following decision triggers event which lead to the end of Enderal. If there is still something you have to do in the game.
Good. I don't mind too much, actually. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Ale co, tylko z nim mogę pogadać? Okej. A, no to dobra. Dobra, dawaj, jedziemy.
All right then. I guess there's no point in delaying the inevitable any further, is there? You go on ahead.
Go to Emporium with a Jasper. Robimy to, co trzeba i tyle. Nie ma, że boli. Tup, 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 tup.
Prophet, there's good news. We were able to decipher the Starling's maps, and we now know where to find the City of a Thousand Floods.
Where?
Sharon was just about to explain. Sharon, Prophet.
Yes. I suppose you already know that Vin hasn't always been like it is now. In the time of the Pyreans, it was one big continent, which they called Pangora. Only the Starfall, in the era of Azataron's madness, split it apart. In other words, the Pyreans dominated the entire world as it was back then. It was a world empire. However, until recently, we always thought that the Empire's capital, the City of a Thousand Floods, was situated somewhere near where Kira is today. We were wrong about that. It was here, in Enderal.
Here?
Here, beneath our feet, to be precise.
Under Ark?
Yes. We don't know whether it was a coincidence that Malfa's vassals set the foundation of Ark here, out of all the places they could have. But they did. The heart of the Pyrean Empire was here, right where we stand. Only it's buried now.
So we need to get down, but how? It would take years to dig that.
True, but there might be another way. Do you know the myth of the Black Guardian? The Endralians believe that there is some kind of demon deep down below the surface, and that you can even hear him scream if you just listen carefully. Rubbish, of course, but I think that these screams are the sound of wind. And if there's wind...
There are tunnels. So you're saying that the Undercity's cavern reaches that deep? Into the City of Floods?
Into what is left of it. All we need to do is find an entrance point that can lead us down.
Then we leave without further delay. There's no point in leading an army down there, so the four of us will go alone. Prophet, speak to the Archmagister and tell him to give you the word of the dead and the container for the Numenors. We will need both. He's at the beacon.
Shouldn't we at least think this through before we go?
Ready your equipment. We'll meet at the gate to the Undercity.
Dobra, lecim. Lecim. Nie ma zatrzymywania się. O, Magister. Nowys.
Oh, aren't you... never mind. How can I help you?
I'm looking for Archmagister.
He was. But he went to get something. Why don't you wait until he comes back? I have to admit that it's a great honor to finally meet you in person. You know, when all this started, when the Grand Master exalted you, I thought it was a sin. Granting an outlander what we have to fight so hard for. But now... Phew! I think Malthus, or whoever sent you, that he did. We owe you a lot. Really. Oh, don't thank me. Say... may I ask you something?
No.
It. The beacon. Do you really think it'll work? I mean, I'm just a novice, but... if it can really banish the High Ones, how come the Pyreans couldn't save themselves? I just don't understand.
It will work, trust me.
If you say so. You know, I lost someone not too long ago. It was the Naramis, under the command of that butcher Korik. My family has a small farm near the coast, and when the first of the Naramis ships landed, I immediately rode to them, to get them into the city, into safety.
No i co się stało?
I'm sorry. This isn't easy. Our farm. It's on a small cliff near the farmer's coast. Just a few miles from Ark. I already had a bad feeling when I set out. And then I saw the smoke. And then there was that smell. And...
What smell?
the smell of burnt meat. It was everywhere. I rode faster and faster, and then when I got to the house, I saw that it was on fire, and that someone had put up 3 crosses, and they were burning too. My mother, my father, and my sister, they were still alive, you know? And I just stood there, and there was nothing I could do. Do you understand? Nothing. And it doesn't matter how I try to look at it. It all amounts to one thing. I was too weak. I was too late, and I was too weak. That wouldn't have happened to you, would it? You would have done something. You would have saved them. Just as you'll save us. If I could just be more like you, then Your flesh. Yes, that's it. All I need is a piece of your flesh. And nothing like that will ever happen again.
Co?
Why? Is that so hard to understand? I don't want much, just a small piece of it. But you just don't want to share, isn't that it? You want it all for yourself. Because you're vain. And in all your damn vanity, you don't even see the futility of the whole thing. The beacon won't burn. It never will. Thousands have tried it before you. Thousands who are as arrogant as you are. And they all failed.
How did they say? Just let yourself fall.
Because the light will burn you. It will devour you.
Co jest do chuja?
Nice and crisp. You're familiar with that, aren't you? Profit.
Co tu się wydarzyło właśnie? Kuźwa, nie wiem kogo mam bić. Dobra. Uciekam. Czy pomaga w ogóle? Dobra, nice. Wow, 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 wow. O shit, ja nawet nie ogarnąłem, że ja tak mało życia mam. Tylko nie wiem, kto we mnie bił tak naprawdę. W ogóle co to była za odklejka? Co tu się stało w ogóle? Ała, ała, ła, ła, Co jest do chuja? Czemu ja tak słabo biję nagle? No, żarty se kurwa stroisz teraz, głupia gro? Czekaj, czekaj, ja sobie tu zaraz jeszcze poradzę z wami inaczej. Jednak nie jest to takie łatwe. Ała! Dobra, idę tam. Arkanistę. On ładnie dupi z tym. Uciekam! Uciekam, uciekam, uciekam. Mam na sobie gniew kilku ludzi. Dobra, arkanista już nie jest. Został keeper. Nawet dwóch. Dobra, leży. Jeden, jeszcze drugi został. Dobra. Dobra, nice. O.
By the name of the sun. They were possessed. But how is that possible? I thought the sigil stone protects us.
Obviously it doesn't. What about the beacon?
Oh, of course. Wait.
Mocno czy nie?
The damage is within acceptable limits. Nothing we shouldn't be able to repair. But wait, what is that noise?
Biją się.
Oh, by the righteous path. I think you should see this.
Gdzie ty to patrzysz?
What in blazes happened here? And what is that noise?
The Neramis. They are in the city. Their entire army.
What?
What? Musimy ich rozpierdolić, stary. Przestań biegać jak debil.
No. This is impossible. This is impossible! And this? What's the meaning of this bloodbath?
I don't know, Grandmaster. The High Ones somehow were able to possess the Keepers. They tried to destroy the beacon, kill the prodigy.
What? But the stone, we...
Grandmaster, you have to see this.
What? That the Neramis are in the city? I know that already.
No, we know how they did it. The true Chessa betrayed us.
Kolejna, no.
Nonsense.
It's the truth. She and almost a third of the keepers followed Bartar's example. Come, you should hear it for yourself.
Ja pierdolę, wszyscy nas zdradzają. Znaczy ta wojna jest bez sensu w ogóle, ale jakby... Jakiś kurwa totalny śmietnik ta wojna jest.
There, she's open your eyes, traitor.
What? Hi, Grandmaster. I am so sorry. It shouldn't have happened like that. Oh, my Malthus. What have I done?
Tell us what happened.
Of course, Grandmaster. I will. The Trichessa, she contacted Korak and asked for...
We will, once we're done. Continue. The Trichessa arranged a meeting with Korak. What did she want from him?
A truce. She offered him the city if he would promise not to harm anyone. She had this stone, you know, the sigil stone that protects us keepers from the High Ones. Korak, he agreed. But once the gates were open, he
killed everyone.
Yes, the Trichessa. He just... Even though she kept her end of the bargain. Then they swarmed into the city and... Oh, my Malphus, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Take her to the Corarium.
Yes, yes, of course, Grandmaster. Liren, Yetta, bring me a stretcher.
Wait. You have to forgive me. I mean, we only wanted the best. You have to believe me. Please don't let me die as a pathless. Please.
I forgive you. Now go.
Yes, of course, Grandmaster.
No i tak jest, jak się zdradza, no. Sorry, no.
What are your orders, Grandmaster? We aren't many, but if we use cunning, we might be able to drive them back out of...
We will not. We are no more than 6 up here, and the Neramis are thousands. And both our black powder and our boiling oil are in the barracks.
Then it's over. We have lost.
What? No! Nothing is over! They can't be that far into the city yet. We only have to drive them out of the gates and then...
And how exactly are you planning to do that? By loading the cannons with sugar mint and shooting balls of herbs at the Neramis? Great idea, really.
You sodding!
Quiet! Marajil and Sharim are right, Commander. Ark is lost. But our war against the High Ones isn't. The beacon still stands, and it will continue to do so as long as we hold the temple. We've lost the battle, yes, but not the war. All we need is the Numinars, and then the beacon will be lit.
And what then? I don't think Korak will withdraw once we've destroyed his vision of this ascent.
Correct, he won't. Which is why we will surrender.
What?
It is the only way. As I said to the Chichesa before, this war is about more than just us. If we choose to give up now, or if we choose to fight and die down there, Korak will destroy the beacon either way and let the cleansing happen. We will prevent that at all costs. Which is why we will find the Numinars, light the beacon, and then surrender.
And what? Hope for mercy? Korak has more than once demonstrated what he means by mercy.
I am not hoping for mercy. We will die, but there is no alternative. Korak isn't man enough to participate in the battle himself. So even if we were to break out and fight, all we would do is kill his delusional soldiers. And their deaths would be as pointless as this entire war. Once the High Ones are vanquished, we've done our duty. That's it.
But no! We are warriors, and true warriors fight. You've said that.
True warriors ask questions. Like the question, when does a battle for ideals become nothing more than a battle for vanity? Those soldiers down there, Commander, they are nothing more than butchers. But we are more than that. But I will not stop you. As soon as the beacon is lit, you're free to flee. But for now, you will hold this place at all costs while we search for the Numinars. Archmagister, do you have the word of the dead?
I do, yes. How do you plan to get into the Undercity from here? The entire city is swarming with Korax's soldiers.
Leave that to me. Commander Aaron, gather the remaining keepers and arcanists. I will address them.
A ten Taylor Runfield Speech. Czyli jakieś przemówienie jeszcze będzie. Przegadany będzie ten odcinek. I po tej przemowie zakończymy, bo podejrzewam, że kolejny odcinek będzie też ostatnim, więc tutaj sobie pogadamy, przegadamy, zobaczymy. Także no.
You all know what has happened. We were betrayed by our own brothers and sisters. As we speak, people are dying, slaughtered by the Neramis, who think we are their enemy. And I know what you are feeling right now. Anger. Anger aimed at those in our ranks who did this to us. But you're wrong. Despite their deed, they wanted to protect us, to fulfill their holy duty. And the same applies to Korak and his soldiers. Yes, they are deluded. Yes, they have committed crimes past redemption, but they, too, only did what they thought was right. If there is someone to blame in all this, it's the High Ones, and no one else. They, brothers and sisters, they are the ones responsible. They have no mind, no compassion, no soul, and their only reason for existing is to destroy. They are cowards who act out of the shadows and play us against each other like puppets on strings. And right now, they think they have won. They think they can defeat us. But they will fail, because we are still here. We have the beacon, the only thing capable of stopping all this madness, and that is exactly what we're going to do. After that, you are free to go. Flee, fight, do whatever you think is best. I myself will surrender, because every drop of blood spilled after we have done our duty and destroyed the High Ones is useless. And even if the Naramis kill me, my death will be a sign. A sign that people like Koarek will never understand. Hatred breeds hatred. This is what history has taught us, and this is what makes the High Ones strong. Stand by me when the time comes, or go. But until then, fight.
No dużo to nas nie jest, to jest zbytne, co nie? Dobra, to sobie w kolejnym odcinku zobaczymy, także nara.